Real journalism is rare these days, and in times of crisis, it's especially more important. The crisis on the border right now under this administration is one that they refuse to acknowledge. And our media is non-existent. The corporate media does not want to tell you the truth. This has compelled a growing number of whistleblowers to come forward to get the truth out. James O'Keefe of Project VERITAS has been key in exposing the truth about the horrific conditions on the southern border. James was one of the first to release exclusive images of the horrific condition in Joe Biden's detention centers. James joins us now. So tell us, why does it fall to Project VERITAS to expose what is actually happening right now on our southern border?
Well, Benny, I think it's because the people on the inside of the federal government that are leaking this stuff and working with us, they have nowhere else to go. They can't trust, because the mainstream media only shows sanctioned images. Thing like ABC News broke a story down there in McAllen, Texas, Donna, Texas, showing what they wanted you to see, right? And what we have to show people is the unsanctioned images. So the one we broke last week under the bridge, under the International Bridge in McAllen, you see it right there. We actually showed you images of the children on the dirt. That's a federal facility outdoors. It looks like it's not a federal facility. It is. So we're working with a lot of these federal agents who have nowhere else to go because they don't trust the mainstream media to tell their stories. It's important for outlets like ours and yours, Newsmax, to be what the media won't be.
Yeah, it's sickening. I'm old enough to remember when transparency was the most important thing, and during a Trump administration, our corporate media would be screaming for transparency, for openness, for access. And now it seems like they're okay just walking around with a drool cup, lapping up whatever their masters give them.
Well, this is the problem with, as you pointed out, in journalism. You know, it's first-person observational mode reporting. We don't report anything unless you can see the people's faces, quite literally. And in journalism today, it's always people familiar with the situation. You know, it's anonymously sourced stuff, hearsay. We can never verify it. When we do open up the reporter notebooks and actually take a look at who their sources are and what they said, it never quite matches up with what we see. So we don't ask you to trust us. We show you the images. We were the first to break that Donna, Texas story, those images inside the facility. I went on the location. We were there before anyone else was. They told us it was private property. I'm not sure what they mean by that. There's certainly more to the story if it's private property. That means a landlord is making money off a contract with the federal government. And, you know, it's obviously all political. You know, we all know that. And, you know, Ocasio-Cortez is not down there crying about it. But, you know, it's important for us to continue to serve these whistleblowers. And I know there are some of them watching this program right now. It's Veritas Tips at protonmail.com. That's VERITAS tips at Proton Mail. It's encrypted. We've had over a dozen folks reach out to us on the border. More to come inside the desert, what's happening down there with what the administrative agencies do not want you to see.
James, what's the most horrific thing that your reporting has uncovered from these whistleblowers? What are you seeing? What are you seeing?
So far, we've done 3 reports, one inside the Donna, Texas facility, one of the kids laying on dirt under the bridge. I think the most horrific so far was, this is a person who spoke in the shadows to us, the second report we did. They talked about the sexual assaults have gone up. In the last 5 years, there have been more assaults, encounters of sexual assaults in the last 5 months than during the entire Trump presidency.
James, we have 1 minute left. I know you and I were both mentored by the great Andrew Breitbart, and now the two of us are kind of doing what he taught us and getting out there and being part of culture and effectuating change. Can you take the last 45 seconds we have here and talk to someone young? Use this platform to talk to someone young the way Andrew Breitbart spoke to us. What advice would you give them if they want to get out and affect change for their country and their community?
I would say, you know, Ben, you know, you and I knew Andrew very well, and it was about running towards the fire. You know, one of Andrew's quotes was, "Run towards the fire and keep running." Because they can come at you, but when you stand up strong, you send a message to all the other people watching you that they're trying to deter you from doing the deed, doing the journalism. But if you stand up and keep going, you're sending a message to those people that you too can do it, and they can do it. We sued the New York Times for defamation. The Supreme Court of New York granted us in order to keep going discovery. And now other people are going to sue the New York Times. So we have to, this is a movement of whistleblowers and people following our footsteps, but you got to be the tip of the spear is my message to young people. Be the tip of the spear. Don't care about what they think about you. Do the right thing. Be principled, even if you're hated by the New York Times at all. Keep going and don't stop.
Be brave, do something. Great slogan, James.
That's what it's all about.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.